Now, in this portion of your training, you'll be introduced to the concept and basics of the FMS. The first two modules will provide an overview in operation and pre-flight loading procedures.
The Flight Management System computes and provides guidance for both vertical and lateral control of the aircraft throughout the flight. The guidance is provided on the Flight Director and HSI, and may also be coupled to the autopilot for full automatic operation. In addition, the FMS provides auto-throttle operation, which provides thrust and airspeed control. Selection of the LNAV mode on the MCP will provide navigation guidance on the flight directors and/or autopilot. You should, however, have some form of current navigation charts on board the aircraft to confirm FMS data.
The performance database includes information required to efficiently climb, cruise, and descend. Selection of VNAV on the MCP will provide vertical guidance on the flight directors and/or autopilot, and, with the autothrottles armed, the FMS provides full automated vertical flight. The flight management system is comprised of these components. Now, with a dual FMC installation on the aircraft, you may operate using the FMS as the sole navigation source. The Control Display Unit, or CDU, is used to communicate with the Flight Management Computer, or FMC. The FMS receives position information from the inertial reference system and can also determine aircraft position by automatic tuning of the navigation radios. On new aircraft, the FMS also receives position information from the GPS. For accuracy, GPS information is preferred, followed by navigation radio tuning, and lastly by IRS. More on position information later.
LNAV guidance is displayed on the ADI command bars and on the HSI. The HSI must be selected to the map mode to view the LNAV guidance. VNAV guidance can be displayed on the HSI and ADI command bars. The vertical path deviation functions somewhat like a raw data glide slope deviation display. When a route is loaded, displayed text information and guidance is available on the CDU. With the LNAV and/or VNAV modes engaged, guidance is provided through the flight directors and HSI. If the autopilot is engaged, it will follow the FMS guidance.
Let's introduce the CDU controls. We'll display various CDU pages for demonstration of the CDU controls. However, the displayed pages will not represent a normal sequence of operation. First, there is the alphanumeric keypad on the lower portion of a CDU that you use to communicate with the FMC. Above this keypad area are the function and mode keys. The top half of the CDU contains a display screen with line select keys on either side of the screen. These keys are named according to their relative position to the display screen, left to right, top to bottom. Line select key 1 left is referred to as LSK 1L. It is the top key on the left side. Now, you can see the name of all 12 line select keys. The CDU screen is divided into several areas. The top center screen displays the page title. The title is prefaced with the word mod during modification of the page, or the word act when the page is active. The top right corner displays the current page number of this page and total number of available pages, such as page 1 of 3 pages. The center of the screen is the data block area. You'll see data displayed there at times. The left and right sides of the screen are areas that you will use to enter data from the scratch pad or take data from a line to the scratch pad. The bottom of the screen is the scratch pad. In addition to the scratch pad operating as a data entry line, it can also display FMS-generated messages or alerts when the FMS is trying to get your attention.
With data in the scratch pad, Press a line select key to transfer data from the scratch pad to a specific left side or right side line. If the scratch pad is empty when a line select key is pressed, you will transfer data from the line select key line to the scratch pad. This is done when you want to change data that is already on a line. You bring it down to the scratch pad, change it as desired, then press the line select key to transfer it back to the data line.
The screen brightness control knob is located at the right center edge of the CDU. With the brightness selected as desired, two ambient light sensors will continuously adjust the CDU contrast depending on the ambient cockpit light. The clear key is used to clear advisory messages or to remove scratch pad entries. You'll most often use this key to correct typos that you make when entering data to the scratch pad. A quick press of this key removes the rightmost character, but pressing the key for over 1 second will clear the entire scratch pad line. The slash key is used to separate data on a common line.
The delete key is different from the clear key. Press the delete key, and the word delete appears in the scratch pad. Now, by pressing a line select key, the associated line's data is deleted. Use this delete feature to delete the waypoint on line 3 left. The space key is used to enter a space between characters that you enter to the scratch pad.
The plus or minus key is used to indicate a positive or negative value. While normal data entries are considered positive, if you need to enter a negative value, such as a temperature, press this key to enter the minus sign before you type the characters to the scratch pad. Subsequent pushes of this key will alternate between a plus or a minus sign. The period/decimal key is used to insert a period between characters as you enter them. For example, you'll use this key when entering latitude and longitude values. The function mode keys are used to begin the FMC initialization, to access flight planning functions, and for changing flight plan lateral or vertical profiles. In other words, they may be used before and during the flight. In general, pressing a function mode key will display the first page of the selected mode. We'll describe each key later in this module.
A page may refer to a specific page or a type of page. For example, you may be told to go to the Position Initialize page to initialize your position for flight. When you get to this page, you find it is actually page 1 of 4 pages about the aircraft position.
With the first position page displayed, you would press the next or previous keys to move through the group of position pages. A caret prompt is used to identify when pressing a line select key to go to another mode or group of pages. The name of the page you'll go to when the line select key is pressed is adjacent to the caret prompt. So, now you know that pressing a line select key can not only move data from or to the scratch pad, but it can also take you to another mode or group of pages. This feature allows Boeing to add functions to the CDU without a need to install additional buttons on the CDU. Before we go on, let's set a rule. When you see dashes on any page, they indicate optional entries that you should fill in, but they're not required. However, when you see blocks, they must be filled in. There are 6 selectable fields or data fields on the left and right side of the screen. Each data field is adjacent to a line select key. Above each data field, a small font field provides certain information about the data field. Only the data field may be changed directly through the use of the scratch pad. Here, you see the font size in the data line is small. In this case, FMS data is displayed. If you change the data, the small font changes to large font.
On the left side is the display and fail enunciators, while the message and offset enunciators are on the right side.
The white message enunciator illuminates when a CDU message is displayed in the scratch pad. Press the clear key to clear the message.
If you have placed data in the scratch pad and an FMS message is awaiting display in the scratch pad, the MSG light will come on as a prompt for you to clear your data. Pressing the clear key will clear the non-message data and allows the FMS to display the message. Additionally, an FMC-generated message will be accompanied by an ICAS message, FMC message. The white offset enunciator illuminates when a parallel or lateral offset is in use. Parallel offsets may be selected to fly parallel to the active course by up to 99 miles left or right of course. Entries are made at the offset 6 right on the active route page when the aircraft is airborne. Once executed, the active offset route can be cancelled by entering delete into the scratch pad by pushing the MCDU delete key, selecting 6 right, then pushing the execute key. Entering an offset at left 0, 0, or right 0 also cancels the offset. In the event both FMCs fail, the ICAS advisory message of left FMC fail and right FMC fail display. In this condition, LNAV and VNAV are no longer available.
The display enunciation illuminates white under a number of conditions. Basically, it alerts the crew when the displayed CDU page does not represent the current operating mode. Read the conditions for this enunciation.
The next page key will display the page after the current displayed page. If you are on the last page, pressing the next page key will display the first page. The initialization reference key provides access to the performance reference pages on the ground and to the approach reference pages when in flight. To access the initialization reference index, you must first press the initialization reference key, then select the prompt for index.
The route key provides access to page 1 of the route pages. The route pages are used to view a route or to enter a route during pre-flight. The information on a route page is similar to the route published on your flight release. The route segments are listed from top to bottom as you'll fly them. If there are more than one page available, you can view the other route pages by use of the next or previous keys. This example shows that a route has not been activated and executed. The prompt in 6 right is the clue as well as the page title that does not show active. You activate the route by pressing the prompt for activate, then pressing the illuminated execute key. The execute key is used to activate or engage the displayed data of your route. When the execute key wants to be pressed, it'll light up. It'll light up when you've finished entering a new route or made modifications to your current route. You should always confirm your data before pressing this key, for once it's pressed, it may be difficult to undo an erroneous entry. The departure arrival key provides access to the departure and arrival information. It's from here that you can select a departure runway, SID, etc., and you can select an arrival runway and star. You'll use this page during pre-flight to select a departure information, and you'll likely use this page in flight when more information about the arrival runway is available. The VNAV key displays the climb, cruise, or descent pages as appropriate for the phase of flight. Pressing the VNAV key before takeoff and through the climb will access the climb page. Pressing the VNAV key during cruise will display the cruise page. Likewise, during the descent, pressing the VNAV key will display the descent page. At any time, you can cycle through these pages by pressing the next page or previous page key. During the climb, you can change the profile speed by entry to the climb page of the CDU. Notice the active climb speed is Econ Climb. Any changes made to the values on this page will result in a page title change to the selected speed value in climb. Similar pages are available for cruise and descent. The Econ Cruise page displays the cruise altitude, optimum and maximum cruise altitudes, target speed, fueled over destination. You can view or change your vertical profile and speed for the cruise. On the Econ Path Descent page, you can view or change your vertical profile and speed for the descent. There are many options for descent profiles, and these will be discussed later. The Fix key is pressed to display a page where a pilot can enter the name of a waypoint or fix on the route and have the CDU display ETA at, distance to, and altitude information about the route of flight as it pertains to the selected fix. Also, the Fix page allows determination of radial and distance from present position to any waypoint or fix not on the active route. The Legs key provides access to page 1 of the Legs pages. The information on the Legs pages is similar to that published on your flight plan. The course and distance from one waypoint to another is displayed. The waypoints are listed from top to bottom as you'll fly them. The active waypoint is the first one on page 1 of the Legs pages. It's the waypoint that you're flying to when the route is active. To view the entire list of waypoints, use the next or previous keys to move through all the Legs pages. You'll use the Legs pages to add new waypoints, delete waypoints, or otherwise modify your route of flight. Now, pressing the Hold key with no hold active in your route will access the Hold At prompt. The Hold At line allows you to select the present position prompt or to enter a waypoint in the scratch pad, then press line select key 6 left to enter it as you're holding fix. A new waypoint may be entered to the scratch pad, or a waypoint on your Legs pages can be line selected to the scratch pad. Then, the waypoint in the scratch pad is line selected to 6 left as the next holding fix. Pressing the Hold key with a hold in the active route accesses the Route Hold page. Standard turns are assumed, and you can change or select the turns, leg distance, or leg time, as well as selecting the time of exiting the hold. This page is quite handy, but you must always verify hold information from your charts, since this data may not comply with the specific request for holding that you've received from ATC. The Progress key provides access to the progress data. Information is displayed that is helpful for a position report. The actual time over the last waypoint, ATA, and estimated time over your next waypoint, ETA, is some of the displayed data on this page. You can also see the projected fuel remaining at each waypoint.
The menu key allows access to other features of the MCDU. You can select FMS or ACARS at this time. If ACARS is selected, you can enter or retrieve data from the ACARS system through the MCDU. For this training module, assume we have selected FMS. Here, we show the CDU and the MCP. When operating in VNAV, the vertical path is constrained by the FMC altitude or the MCP selected altitude, whichever is more restrictive. If you have selected a higher MCP altitude than the FMC altitude of the active waypoint, the VNAV mode will cause the aircraft to level off at the altitude for the active waypoint. On the other hand, if your MCP altitude is more restrictive than the FMC altitude, the AFDS will level off at the MCP altitude until you select a higher MCP altitude and press the VNAV button again to start the climb or descent.